What's going on? This is your man John Fortune, your host of the Frustrated Fan Sports Show. And of course, when you see my man Jeremiah, we're now going around the sports world now. So this is our sports weekly show, where we come to y'all and we wrap up for what we see for the week of sports and what's been going on for the whole weekend. We got some topics going on here. I'm going to start it off with we're going to start off the whole conversation. Our first topic is no fans at the All-Star game. What we saw was something that was absolutely mind-boggling. The fact that, one, I didn't even know that the chairs lit up at a lot of these games. Like I was impressed by that, because I was like, whoa, like that's something, which now leads down the rabbit hole of, does that happen at concerts? Does this happen at events like WWE and things like that, where you see the lights turn on and you see all these small lights going off? Like, is that really fans or is that chairs? I mean, is AI starting to take over?
Yeah.
What was your take on the All-Star game having no fans?
You know, when you the first thing I think about is the prices, right? I think about the prices. The All-Star game is typically you one game or one portion of the weekend, depending on which one, Saturday or Sunday, can cost you over $1,000. You know what I'm saying? Just to have a regular seat. I'm not sure exactly what the tickets were this time around. But that's the first thing I think of. I think about, hey, how much did it cost? And the other thing I think of, it just now in my mind, is exactly with the lights and the seating.
Yeah.
Now you remember when WWE not too long ago, probably about a month ago, a couple weeks ago, they had a what pay-per-view they had a couple weeks ago? What was
it? Royal Rumble.
Yeah. Royal Rumble was done overseas in the Middle East. I forgot the name. It's close to Dubai, all those areas. I forgot the name of the area.
Saudi Arabia.
Yes, it was empty.
Yeah.
It wasn't packed. They had lighting in those seats also. They had lighting on top of those seats. They did the same exact thing. I'm not sure if NBA said, hey, we're gonna take that idea and we're gonna take from them and put the lighting in the seat to make it look like people there, so you really can't tell on camera. They did the same exact thing. But the other thing is, you think about the product for All-Star Weekend. The product for All-Star Weekend, it's been year after year after year after year in regards to, you talking about dunk contest, you talk about the actual All-Star game. You bring all that together after year after year after year. Fans eventually at some point in time, they're not going to come because it's not as exciting. Or maybe what's the All-Star location this year? What was it? I don't know.
I can't even remember.
Yeah, I can't remember either. But
you know what? We gonna get some accuracy up in here, so we not looking all crazy like we don't know what we talking about and stuff. But let me see.
Yeah, but it could, it's I think about the price tickets, location, and mainly the players' effort when it come down to that. Even though this past weekend, the games were pretty competitive. It was competitive. All the games were competitive between the games 1 through 3, except the last game. Last game they played pretty much got dominated by them youngsters. Man, the youngsters took over that game. They did it wasn't even close. I wish Steph Curry could have played, because that would have been nice during the time when the OGs were down. It would have been nice for him. It would have been nice for him to be able to shoot them back into the game. It could have been exciting then, but Kawhi Leonard did hold down the fort for a little bit the game before. He was launching 3-pointers. He had like 30 some odd points, or close to 30 some points or something like that. And that's essentially a quarter, because that only thing it was play a quarter. You know what I'm saying?
And they were in LA today. They were in LA.
Okay, so another thing, LA is a good spot, but also it's expensive.
And I'm with you on that. The expense is crazy, especially when you're talking about people who don't live in LA. You know what I'm saying? The flight to LA
Right.
Like you yourself know the struggles are coming from the West Coast to the East Coast and
Yeah.
how much that
Yeah.
is. Imagine coming from the East Coast to the West Coast to see the game. Not only that, the NBA All-Star game is now going the way of the Pro Bowl,
Yeah.
where it's like, even though the game was good and the three-point contest was good, the problem is that they now have to find a way to get past what everybody's feelings of it is already now. That's what happened to the Pro Bowl. It got to the point where the Pro Bowl, nobody was showing up to the games anymore. The
Yeah.
stars were not playing anymore. And then
Right.
all of a sudden, people were like, forget this game. This game isn't exciting. I think every time people talk about the last excitement that you've seen at the Pro Bowl, they always bring up Sean Taylor's hit on the kicker. That's
That's a
and
minute
that's
ago. Yeah.
so long ago.
Yeah. Long
So
time.
long ago. And I mean, if it gets to the point at where it's like this, then the All-Star game, which is sad because unlike the Pro Bowl that happens at the end of the NFL season, you got the All-Star game that happens right in the middle of the season.
Yep.
And the fact that you can't get that together, I don't know. But like I said, again, this year it was pretty good. I said something about the whole thing in regards to them not changing their game to
Yeah.
appease the Euros. The Euros never asked you to change your game. They never
Mm.
asked you to do that. And the
Right.
fact that you did that, all you did was ruin your game. And what happened is that in the All-Star game, guess what happened? We saw the American players not be subjected to having to deal with analytics, having to
Yeah.
deal with all this type of stuff that has basically stifled them into stop being the greatest basketball players in the world. And because you did that, now we got this influx of these Euro players that nobody ever tells them anything about analytics.
Mhm. Yeah.
Jokic's game is a game from the past. The way
Yeah.
he plays is a game from the past. And guess what he's doing? Winning MVPs with
Can't
it.
even jump over a paperclip, man.
can't, and you telling me that
Hmm.
an athletic big man like MB can't be better than him if you eliminate the analytics and just let him play?
Yeah.
So
Right.
it's crazy, but yeah, that was our thoughts on the NBA All-Star game. The next thing, it's still NBA related. Changes to the stop tanking rules. Like they're trying their best. They're telling everybody that tanking is a problem and all
Yeah.
this type of stuff. And I said it in the NBA, tanking isn't necessary. For y'all who wants my take on tanking, you can check it out. I did a whole video about how tanking is like pointless because the draft lottery is rigged. But what are your thoughts on the tanking going on in the NBA?
You know what? You just said the word rigging, and one of the things I think about, Shaq made a statement on one of these podcasts. I know I heard it from somewhere
Mhm.
where Shaq was going number one,
To
going how he's getting
Orlando,
yeah
which was a
to
new franchise was a fairly new franchise at the time.
and what was funny, he said he had a conversation with David Stern.
Mhm.
He had a conversation with David Stern a day before, a couple of days before, and David Stern asked him, "Hey, would you rather play in a hot weather city or a cold weather city?" And he told him hot,
And
and
that's
then
how he
all of a
got
sudden
to
he's
Orlando.
gonna go into Orlando. So
Mm.
that came out of Shaq's mouth. That came literally out of Shaq's mouth. You can Google it, you find it. Whoever's watching, I'm trying to tell you, you can find it. He literally said that. That in itself told it it stamped what happened this past draft with me. With
Mhm. The Dallas Mavericks.
with the Dallas Mavericks and being able to get the number one pick after they traded Luka Doncic. But tanking, tanks for one, tanks been half for years. I believe that all that teams that are tanking, I don't think that some of them are part of that deal. I think the commissioner or the owners or whatever they get together, whoever else is running thing, they figure out how to rig it
Right.
to what city, what team, what historic franchise or what franchises that they feel like can bring in the money and needs it. I feel like they'll do that if they have a chance to. If they have a chance to, they can literally legitimize it. Like if San Antonio's one in a lottery pick, they can just slide them up there. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
same thing with because like how did Wembanyama end up in I didn't even want to get there. That he was supposed to come to Charlotte. He was supposed to come to Charlotte because I was like,
Right.
we didn't get no 1-2 pick, but I'm not mad at who we picked. But it's just the fact of the matter is, what are the chances, man? All these things. What Shaq said, Wembanyama, Dallas Mavericks getting the number 1 pick. What are the
Right.
chances?
Cooper Flag. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And people keep talking about the chances of that happening. I'm like, what about the chances of what's the chances that? And think about it, what are the chances that Dallas Mavericks would have traded their superstar franchise player and then the same year get a number 1 draft pick?
Not only that, their Dallas Wings franchise did the exact same thing. This is parts that people don't want to talk about. The
Yeah.
Dallas Wings traded away their entire starting lineup and
Woo!
got the number 1 overall pick. So you telling me that the WNBA team does it and the NBA team does it, and in the same exact year, they both win the draft lottery? Get out of here.
I wonder how much that cost. I wonder how much that cost somebody to make that happen.
It cost Nico his job. That's about it. Because that's all they needed him for. They needed
Yeah.
him to be the scapegoat.
The fall man.
And that's all they
Yeah.
did. That's all they did. But I mean, yeah, I, y'all want to hear my views on tanking and the fact that the NBA draft is rigged?
Yeah.
Y'all can go see my video because look, I've gone down this road multiple times, and I did a video back in 2018 where I went through each and every draft and how the guys got to where they went. I even went back as far as Patrick Ewing. Now they always talk like, and I talked about the fact that when you think about the Washington Wizards slash Bullets, a
Yeah.
historically bad team, they've only got the number 1 overall pick in the history of this draft lottery twice.
Mm.
When Jordan joined
Yeah.
and when Ted Leonsis became full owner. You're not going to tell me it's not rigged if a team that has been historically bad, like the Wizards Bullets, have only gotten the number 1 overall pick twice, and you
Yeah.
telling me San Antonio got it more times, the number 1 overall pick more times than the Washington Wizards. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
That is crazy because San Antonio's been mostly a consistent franchise since the 90s. And matter
Exactly.
of fact, some in the 80s too.
In
Yeah.
some of the 80s, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they've been
So,
consistent.
but like I said, I'm going to let y'all go see my video on tanking and stuff because y'all will really get my understanding of that.
Yeah.
But I wanted to get Jeremiah's take on that. The NBA season, we got like a month and I think we got about a month and 3 weeks left in the NBA season. We're starting to see players play a lot more harder than they did earlier in the season. Because at first we saw teams really not seem like a lot of players really
Yeah.
not give effort. We saw the load management going on. We saw a lot of that, but we're starting to see players pick it up. What do you think is happening now with the NBA? Is it because the playoffs are coming fast, or is it more about the fact that now it seems like they will be in trouble now when it comes to not playing their stars as much?
I mean, if you get fined, what they get fined? Utah get fined $500,000.
Yeah, 500,000. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
$500,000. I mean, that's a lot, but that's nothing to owner.
Right.
It's nothing to owner. But yeah, I feel like that is part of it. And then the other thing is they at this time of year, you know exactly, or halfway through the year, you know exactly what you got a shot at. What are you trying to
Hmm.
shoot for? You can't make it look obvious that you're trying to tank now.
Right.
Because not all eyes, the whole United States eyes are on, hey, which team didn't play this player, which team didn't try to play this player.
Right.
So now it's kind of hard and obvious. It's harder for them to do that, but they can still do it through coaches, calling
Yeah.
stupid,
Yeah.
have them call stupid plays. You know what I'm saying? Run it like that, but they're able to do it that way. But yeah, honestly, I feel like it's both. feel like it's all eyes on the players.
and limit player minutes.
Ooh. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yep.
They can limit player minutes. Like it could be one of them situations where, they'll have players play 12 minutes a night, 19 minutes a night, 20 minutes. I mean, Jeff Teague did a whole thing about it, about how he went to, I think it was the Atlanta Hawks or something like that. He went to that team and they were like, he said that the
Oh
other
yeah.
players had told him that, oh yeah, the reason we only play 13 minutes. He said, oh, it's going to come to you. And then he tells the story about how the general manager sat up there and said, and he was like, man, he said, you got 19 minutes a night. And he was like, man, you telling me if I'm killing and I got 30? And the general manager's response was, man, if you got 30 points in 19 minutes, you a bad dude. Like the fact that that's a response is crazy,
Yeah.
but I do see them picking it up. I do think that teams are, in fact, trying to make the playoffs and stuff like that. It's sad at the state of the Golden State Warriors right now
Yeah.
because, I mean, with them losing Jimmy Butler, that was a
That was
huge,
big.
that was a huge loss right there.
Yep.
So we'll definitely see how that goes. But the NBA season is almost over, and we're going to be talking NBA here and some of the games, some of the more key games as they keep going on. This is going to lead us into our next topic, which is the NBA MVP candidates. To me, watching the games that I've watched, I'm gonna be honest. Cade Cunningham has been great this season. I mean,
Yeah.
he looked like. In fact, it's sad that Banchero wasn't having a good season as well because he started off very hot, and I think he got hurt coming down the line. But Cade Cunningham, like, yo, he has been devastating him and
Yeah.
Jalen Brown.
Yeah.
Jalen
Yeah.
Brown has
Yep.
been
The top
keeping
two.
the Celtics active.
Yeah.
Like, if it wasn't for Jalen Brown being on that team, the Celtics would be in the trash right now.
Yep.
But he's found a way to put that team on his back and rock and roll. Uh, how do you feel about those two candidates, or do you feel that there are other guys that should be candidates as well?
Honestly, I don't think there's any other candidate. Here's why. Here's why. It's that new. It's that new rule that it got. So this year, I
Oh,
feel
the
like
the 50 games.
yeah, those games
Mm,
because you knocked out a lot of players from that. I can go through a list. You got Giannis out of it,
yeah,
LeBron out
Jokic.
of it,
I think
Curry
Jokic
out of
got
it.
what, 2 games? If
Yeah,
he
he
if
got
he
two more
if he
games. Yeah,
missed 2 more games, yeah.
yeah, and B out of it. Jokic, high risk. These are high risk. Kawhi Leonard, high risk. I'm talking about high risk. And then you got Lucas and Shea. They all these cats are high risk. So now it's just really coming down to these two cats. You might be able to throw Anthony Edwards in there just
Hmm.
for conversation, but
Right,
it's going to come down to those two guys on the East.
right,
And unless one of them have like some type of season ending or a game that caused them to be out X amount of games.
right, right.
But between those two, that's it. That's number one, number two in the East, right?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so you said it all, man. You said it all, man. I'm actually excited. The better these players play, the more confidence I got. This whole another subject for the 2028 Olympics that's going to be happening in LA because I'm worried about who's going to
Yeah.
take over. I'm worried about who's going to take over because Steph and LeBron, all them going to be old. Durant, old. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we'll see. But I think it's coming down to them two by default because of the amount of games that you got to play.
Yeah, and I mean, it's one of those situations where all it's going to do is keep coming down to them being even more of a threat as it keeps coming down to the last minute of the season. And like I said again,
Yeah,
we haven't seen a lot of guys play as well as they have been. I mean, they have been really up to par on everything when it comes down to it. Like they have been sitting up there making it a point of not playing at all. Um,
yeah,
even when you think about Shea has been out. So it's like Kay and Jalen Brown, they've really been showcasing now.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
it's like I don't see anybody. It's going to be one of them two. Without a shadow of a doubt, it's going to be one
yeah.
of them two. And I mean, this is going to be one of the best ones that best MVP races. I think that we've seen in a very long time.
How do you think that All Pro thing gonna look now? Because you got so many guys that would normally be between all the
The All NBA.
I say All Pro, yeah, All NBA, 1, 2, and 3. A lot of those guys are gonna be ineligible for it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So,
Yeah,
but that now puts a person like Kevin Durant into a high category because now you even talking about him being on the Houston Rockets,
yeah,
he's been killing it. He's
yeah.
been
He
doing
has.
very good with them, man. I
Yep.
mean, I wouldn't be surprised if somehow, some way he creeps up in to a MVP voting or he gets a vote. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Because he's actually been showcasing very well. Steph is still active. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So this may be something where we actually see a mix of new and old on the list.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where we'll see a Jalen Brown, we'll see a Kay Cunningham, we might see a Anthony Edwards, but we might see a Kevin Durant and maybe even a Draymond Green. You know what I'm saying? Like we might see those type of guys on the list. Hell, James Harden, you see what he's doing in Cleveland?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right. Yeah, James. Yeah, James.
I
He
mean,
ain't gonna do that in the playoffs, but regular
right.
season wise, yeah,
Yeah.
he gonna make a name for the whatever team he on.
Not only that, they've been having him play more of the point in Cleveland,
Yeah,
where he's actually
yeah,
been like the one taking up the ball and making the passes and everything. So, I mean, it's big, but man, yeah, like I said, the MVP race will come down to that, and All NBA. We're going to see a
yeah.
very good mixture of guys. Um, our next topic: college basketball season.
Oh, it's big.
It's
Yeah.
been fantastic. Old NBA saying.
Yep.
I mean, we've seen a lot of ranked teams go up and down the rankings all season. I think the only one who's held pat is Michigan, but
Yeah.
everybody else has been going up and down, up and down. We of
Everybody.
course you and I we watched our Carolinas, our Tar Heels go
Yeah.
up and down, and
Right.
they don't know if they want to win or lose. They just want to be there. Uh,
Hey, they doing better than last year, so I take it.
Yeah. Oh, way better. Way
Yeah.
better. But this is about to shape up to be probably the best March Madness we've ever seen.
Yep.
Again, in a very long time. We're talking about like the last 2 years March Madness was okay, but
Uh-huh.
and we paid more attention to the female side. This is
Oh
the
yeah.
first time that the
Yeah.
male side actually got some energy this year. And so what are your thoughts on the college basketball season and what March Madness on the male side might bring?
Oh man, this year with college basketball, man, it's been great. It's been great to see all these teams, but I think a lot of times what you have now with NIL is changing the game. So I mean, you still got those major teams that are taking the bulk of the top 25. You know what I mean? But now at this point, they all your talent is spread, and not just your talent. There's you got to think about all these teams that are the top 5 players in the nation.
Right.
That's going to be an NBA draft next year. This is supposed to be a good draft, at least for those top five spots. And who knows, you might find a lot of different ones after then. But so with that being said, there hasn't been too many games between like the top ranking teams that's been like a dominant game. That
Right.
a lot of those games been close. And I want to say Michigan and Duke played this weekend. I think yeah they do.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
They play
Yeah.
on Saturday. They
Yeah.
play on Saturday, so that's a big one I'm gonna be watching.
Hmm.
You got what's his name that used to play for Carolina last year? Cake Kadu. He can't. He wasn't not a really good shooter, but he's improved his shooting since his
Hmm.
freshman year.
Right.
And but now he plays for Michigan. He
Right.
plays for Michigan. They're the number one team. He's still averaging around the same. I think he averaged like 9 points a game. He's playing a little bit better. Man, but there's so many teams to look at. There's so many teams to look at. So this March Madness, this NCAA tournament, I'm excited. I'm be chilling. You know, I'm be chilling. I'm be chilling watching all the games. Not say all the
Yeah,
games. I'm be
yeah,
watching
yeah.
all
Hey,
of them.
hey, you know you
I ain't doing nothing.
that's what we do. That's what we do. We
I'll
don't
be
play
watching
around.
all
That's
the
what we
games.
do. But yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, and the college. I mean, you talking about there's a lot of great players this year. A
Yeah,
lot of them, and a lot of them are coming out in the draft.
yeah,
Now, they were talking about taking away the draft. You
Oh
cannot
yeah, yeah, it is.
have a NBA without a draft
They're
because
not
not in the era of friendship. You know what I'm saying? Like
right,
these dudes go to teams just because they friends. You know what
right,
I'm saying? So
right.
and so we can't do that. And with like you said, with NIL and the fact that they're getting paid, what's going to stop a team from saying, you know what? Let's just say Michigan won the national championship. Guess what we gonna do? We gonna get them all. We gonna get them all. And we gonna recreate that Michigan team in the NBA. What's gonna stop teams from doing that if you take away a draft?
You take away draft pick, everybody free. That does that mean? I don't know. That the rules might have to change from then. You know, if you get an agent or not. I mean,
Yeah.
you can still go. Yeah, the rules
But
got to
but but
change.
again, the NIL won't matter because guess what? I mean, well, it won't. They won't be worried about their pay because the NIL they've been getting
Yeah,
paid the whole time.
they've been getting
So
paid.
so they again in the era of friendship,
Yep.
they'll sit up there and probably take less money just to go play with their friends.
Because they already made it.
Exactly, exactly,
They already made
exactly,
they making more than your average your blue collar worker out here, man.
exactly, exactly,
Way
and,
more.
and haven't done a lick of a job ever.
Nah, none. They still can't even grow a beard, man.
Exactly, exactly. Can you imagine your son on NIL and he talking about something? Dad, you need me to play the bills this month? Yeah, yeah, but don't talk to me like that.
That would be hilarious, man. That'd be hilarious, man.
uh,
My goodness.
yeah,
Yeah.
but the last thing we're gonna do on this sports rundown, the NFL Combine is happening in a week. There are guys that, of course, I'm looking at. There's some things that I'm gonna just say it right now, just so I can get some of this stuff out. But one, I'm going to look at the 40-yard dash. There are a couple of guys I want to see in the 40 to see what they do. One of the guys I want to see is Jeremiah Love. I want to
Yeah.
see how fast he really is.
Mm,
Because I mean, you see it on film, you see it on tape, you see it against certain teams, but you don't see it consistently. And I'm
right.
concerned about that a little bit because there's been a couple games where I'm like, well, wait a minute. When he played, what's the name? He went through the hole like it was nothing. But for
Mhm.
some reason, he's holding up on this one. What's the difference? What's happening? So I really want to see what his speed is. Jordan Tyson. So far, nobody has said they're not running in the combine, which is quite shocking for this era where everybody pretty much says they're not running the 40 or they're not doing anything at the combine. Nobody has said anything so far. But I want to see Jordan Tyson speed as well.
Yeah.
I also want to see the speed and agility of David Bailey. I mean, seeing him on film, I mean, this dude is a freak of nature for real. Like
Okay.
there were a couple plays where, I mean, he jumped up in the air and it looked like he was ready to dunk a football. He jumped so high. So I mean, that was something that I was like absolutely impressed with. The last guy that I really I want to see his speed, and without a shadow of a doubt, I think he's the best RPO quarterback in this draft. But that's Jeff Sims, the backup quarterback for Arizona State.
Okay.
When you talk about RPO,
Mhm.
this dude is like the best one because I sat up there and I'm watching film on everybody.
Mhm.
And Jeff Sims came in later, like it probably like close to the end of the season.
Yeah.
I think his first game was against I think it was Houston or Iowa State. And he played very well. Now don't get me wrong, he does have touch on the football, but when it comes to throwing deep, he's not accurate.
I did. Okay.
But RPO, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. He will outrun people. He
Yeah.
will get the running game going, and don't let him see a open tight end, a open receiver. He's getting the ball to him, and he's any team that's running an RPO. Jeff Sims is probably your guy, and
Okay.
I mean it's just one of those things. So that's my take on the combine. Who are you thinking about in the combine?
Honestly, with the combine, I'm I'm looking at what you got, and when it
Uh,
comes down to these prospects, because typically the one thing I learned throughout doing this podcast throughout the football season is that a lot of your other podcasts that you mentioned these names on was pretty accurate, was pretty dead on. There was certain, even conversation on the phone or something like that, you would mention it. Say I had that guy. I was like okay. I was like okay. So now I'm looking at seeing how
mm,
following you on this thing. I know quite a few running backs in this draft.
right.
There you are mentioning Jeremiah Love. I like to see him. But as far as there's a lot of teams for me to follow on
Yeah.
that. So I follow you
Yeah.
on that one because there's more players. It's easier to track the NCAA basketball players because
Yeah. It's
there's
not
only
as
so many
many.
players on the team.
Yeah.
Football, hey, college they got like 70 plus people on the squad. And here you go talking about a backup quarterback running the read option. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like so, I'll watch the games. I'll look it up, and then I see exactly what you got on. Then I'll be able to
So
figure out.
just to give you an idea, so these are two games I tell you to watch.
Yep.
And I watch full games. I don't play around. I watch full games. I watch them in losses and I watch them in close games because
Yep.
I think that really determines how good
Yeah.
of a player they are and if the loss is on them or if it's on somebody else.
Right.
For Jeff Sims, you will want to watch that Iowa State game.
Okay.
And you'll want to watch I think it was Duke. I think it was Duke. It was Arizona State versus Duke. He's a very good RPO quarterback.
Okay.
Very, very good. And like I said, he's a dangerous player. And like I said, David Bailey, you can pretty much watch all his film. I mean, this dude, he's a
Yeah.
freak. He's an absolute freak. I mean,
Okay.
to see a guy. And I mean, you know how you see guys, they jump up in the air and they put their hands up. Slim, I swear to God, it was almost like he was trying to alley oop the football. Like,
Oh,
I mean, he jumped that high in the air. So that was like impressive. So,
I gotta look him
yeah.
up. I
uh,
gotta look him up.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But that's it for the Frustrated Fans Sports Rundown. We will be coming to y'all at the end of the week. Every week, this will be our show. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna run down the different sports topics of the week. We're not doing no rumor stuff. We're not doing people personal stuff. We about sports. We not about gossipy stuff. That ain't us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Other than that, y'all, this has been your man John Fortune, along with my man Jeremiah Street, and this has been the Frustrated Fans Sports Show.